Is Cerberus behind the Andromeda Initiative? That's a question that's genuinely been around since Mass Effect Andromeda was announced. Cerberus is such an integral part of the original trilogy that you have to wonder whether they'll be making an appearance in Mass Effect Andromeda. Hi, it's Rima from MEOdyssey, and today I'll be looking at the evidence for and against the lingering community theory that Cerberus are the generous benefactors behind the Andromeda Initiative. I'll present all the evidence I can find for supporting and disproving the theory, and leave it up to you guys to decide what you think. So let's look at the evidence. So cast your mind back a while when Mass Effect Andromeda was initially announced, and the term Archon was a thing everyone was speculating on. From our contingency to the symbols that resembled a relay, one of the aspects a lot of us focused on was the colouring, black, white and orangey red, that was very familiar to a certain pro-human organisation. Mac Walters has revealed since then that the term Archon was initially used to describe the Nexus before it was used for the antagonist. Though no longer called Archon, the original logo was still present on the Nexus, as seen in the Andromeda Initiative briefing that focused on the Nexus and the Arcs. So I've already covered this theory briefly in the last Andromeda Initiative briefing analysis, but let me go over the evidence that we gathered for the theory that Cora Harper, one of your companions in Mass Effect Andromeda, is related to the Elusive Man. So the most obvious correlation between the two is their last name. Before he took on the name the Elusive Man, we knew him as Jack Harper. Now Jack was a hired gun who fought against the Turians in the First Contact War on Shang-Chi with his friends Ben and Eva Corey. Jack was distraught after their deaths, in particular Eva's, and he even named his AI that was sent to infiltrate the Mars base Eva Corey. Cora and Eva also share physical similarities and similar names, i.e. Cora and Corey. Cerberus is also very familiar with cloning, as you can see with Shepard and their work with Henry Lawson, who produced Miranda Lawson. And Cora is supposedly a highly skilled biotic, and Cerberus has a very extensive past with biotic experimentation, for example Subject Zero and infiltrating Grissom Academy, just to name a few examples. Sam, or a simulated artificial matrix, is going to be our AI companion to the Pathfinder, who will act as your eyes and ears on the ground. Supposedly designed by Alec Ryder and Dr. Ellen Ryder, Sam's creation creates a lot of questions. The creation of artificial intelligence is generally illegal in Citadel space unless sanctioned for certain organizations. The only other organization prominently creating AI is Cerberus, with Edie and then Dr. Eva Corey, and it should be noted that Mac Walters has acknowledged this. Edie was originally a rogue VI on Luna that was upgraded with Reaper tech found on the Citadel. The question is whether Alec Ryder developed Sam in a similar way, and if so, did Cerberus assist? It does seem that Cerberus do have a history with experimenting with Reaper tech. It should also be noted that Alec Ryder also served in the First Contact War on Shang-Chi, much like the Elusive Man, but whether they met is still unknown. BioWare have also been releasing character kits from Mass Effect Andromeda, showing us a detailed look at character features, outfits, and sometimes weaponry. In the case of Sarah Ryder, she's carrying what looks like an M25 Hornet. Now, why is this significant? Well, if you remember in Mass Effect 3, this was a dominant weapon carried by most Cerberus troops. The M25 Hornet is created by Cerberus and is a standard issue weapon for Cerberus troops. The strongest piece of evidence to suggest that Cerberus won't have a significant role in Mass Effect Andromeda is a tweet from Mac Walters himself from late 2016. Mac states himself that it's not likely that Cerberus are the benefactors behind the Andromeda Initiative. The Milky Way is supposedly full of rich individuals and organizations, reputable and not so much. I could list a dozen here, but for fun, here's just one. Jonah Ashland, the CEO of Eldfeld Ashland Energy, who became pioneers in extracting helium-3. Helium-3 will most likely be crucial to the mission, used as fuel for Starship thrusters and, as we know, utilized by the Nomad. Ashland is also very pro-cooperation, commenting on the cooperation between different species in Mass Effect 3, stating, quote, "If we win this thing, the galaxy is going to be a pretty great place." Cerberus is a pro-human group that's been highly criticized for not only placing human interests before the other races, but also discriminating against them. The Andromeda Initiative is described as a, quote, civilian multi-species project created to send scientists, explorers, and colonists on a one-way trip to settle in the Andromeda galaxy. So it would be really odd for Cerberus to fund an expedition that would benefit many races. And yes, though Shepard was allowed to create their own team, which included aliens, remember the leeway the Elusive Man gave Shepard on the mission in Mass Effect 2. We've also already seen various aliens, including Calo Jath, Dr. Lexi, Peebee, Drac, Vetra, certain leadership of the Nexus, and not to mention Avina, the VI created specifically for the Citadel, something very unlikely to be used in a Cerberus-funded mission. The most likely answer for who the benefactors may be is that there may be more than one, most likely from the different races, and are going to be unnamed. And if they are named, will not play a significant part in the plot. The last piece of evidence against the theory is basically Cora's background. BioWare have stated that Cora is an Alliance officer who worked 4 years with the Talon Daughters, a group of Asari commandos. If she was an agent with Cerberus, how likely would it have been that Cora would have had significant contact with the Asari, not to mention being nominated for this role due to the Citadel program? So that's some evidence for and against the theory that Cerberus will be the benefactors for the Andromeda Initiative. We definitely agree that there are some mixed feelings about the idea about Cerberus possibly re-entering Mass Effect Andromeda. However, with BioWare making clear that this game aims to sit independently from the rest of the trilogy, what are the chances Cerberus will make their return? Let us know if you think Cerberus are due for a comeback in Mass Effect Andromeda in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please share this video to help the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.